Hello, Standard 10. Your Arun sir going to teach photosynthesis and it is part 4. In the previous video, what we have discussed about the adaptation in leaf to perform photosynthesis and the end product of the photosynthesis and their utilization we have discussed. Today we will discuss about the factors affecting photosynthesis. Factors affecting photosynthesis. Okay. So, there are two factors. The external factor and the internal factor. So, first one is the external factor and other is internal factor. So, what is external factor? Let us discuss. In external factor, intensity of light is there, carbon dioxide concentration is there, temperature and water content is there. So first, let us discuss the intensity of light. What do you think? If the intensity of light is increased, the rate of photosynthesis will increase or decrease. Let us see a graph. On the x-axis, let us take intensity of light, and on the y-axis, let us take the rate of photosynthesis. Okay. Now, if the intensity of the light is increased, naturally the rate of photosynthesis will increase, but up to a certain extent only. After that, it will become constant. If the intensity is increased also, the rate of photosynthesis will not increase, it will remain constant. Means intensity affect only up to the certain extent, some extent. After that, the rate of photosynthesis will become constant. And in the beginning, we have considered carbon dioxide, concentration of carbon dioxide as 0.03%. Let us increase the amount of carbon dioxide in air. If it is increased to 0.05%, then again the rate of photosynthesis will increase, but then also to some extent only, and after that again it will become constant. So we have understood, if the intensity of light is increased, the rate of photosynthesis is increased to certain extent, to some extent, and after that it becomes constant. If we will increase the concentration of carbon dioxide in atmosphere, to some extent the rate of photosynthesis will increase, and after that it will become constant. So first external factor we have understood. Next external factor is the temperature. If temperature is increased, naturally the rate of photosynthesis will increase, but up to 35 degree only, 35 degrees Celsius, that is the optimum temperature. Okay, till 35 degrees Celsius, if the temperature is increased, the rate of photosynthesis will increase, and after 35 to 40, the rate of photosynthesis will decrease, and after 40, the photosynthesis will stop. Now a question arises, why after 40 degrees Celsius the photosynthesis stops? Because at this degree, at this temperature, the enzymes disintegrate. Enzymes are destroyed. So if the enzymes are destroyed, the photosynthesis will be stopped, because photosynthesis is a biochemical process, metabolic process, anabolic process, and it occurs in the presence of catalyst, that is biocatalyst, enzyme, and after 40 degrees Celsius the enzymes are destroyed, so the rate of photosynthesis stops. So Temperature we have understood till 35 degree, the rate of photosynthesis will increase. 35 to 40, it will decrease, and after 40 degrees Celsius, the photosynthesis will stop. Next external factor is the water. If there is deficiency of water in the cell, if there is deficiency of water in the cell, what will happen? The stomata will close. Stomata will close. And if the stomata will close, gaseous exchange will not take place. And if the gaseous exchange will not take place, then photosynthesis will stop, or less amount of water is there, then the rate of photosynthesis will decrease. And we are knowing that only 1% of water is utilized in the photosynthesis, and the rest is thrown out in the form of water vapor by the process transpiration. So that part is clear, that if the water is sufficient in the cell, the guard cell will become turgid, stomata will open, gaseous exchange will take place, and the rate of photosynthesis will increase. But if less amount of water is there, the rate of photosynthesis will decrease. So it was about the external factor. Now about the internal factor. Internal factor depends on the health of the plant. Okay, internal factors depends on the health of the plant. First thing, that chlorophyll. Okay, if there is nutritional deficiency, what will happen? If there is nutritional deficiency, naturally this chlorophyll will not be formed, and whatever is present, that will disintegrate. So in the absence of, or in the deficiency of nutrition, chlorophyll will not be formed, and if less amount of chlorophyll is there, naturally the rate of photosynthesis will decrease. Next is protoplasm. If there is dehydration, and due to dehydration less amount of water is available for the protoplasm, naturally the rate of photosynthesis will decrease. Next, structure of leaf. If the cuticle of the leaf is thick, then the rate of photosynthesis will be less. So it was about the internal factor. Now, one very important thing which we have to discuss, that is certain experiments related to photosynthesis. Okay, experiments related to photosynthesis. Now, first experiment, let me discuss about de-starching of plant. De-starching of plant. So what is de-starching? A removal of starch from the leaf. A removal of starch from the leaf. Now how this starch is removed? If we will keep the plant in dark for 24 to 48 hours. If we will keep the plant in dark for 24 to 48 hours, what will happen? The glucose will be utilized by the body, plant body, and the rest amount will be converted to starch and will be stored in the storage organ. Starch from the leaves will go to the storage organ, and leaf will become free from the starch. That is called de-starching of the plant. Okay. And how to taste starch? We are knowing that if we will put iodine solution over the starch, it will turn blue-black. Okay. And the color blue-black indicates the presence of starch. So, how to taste starch? Let us discuss. As far as iodine solution is concerned, in this iodine is 0.3 gram, potassium iodide is 1.5 gram, and 100 ml of water If we will mix, it will become iodine solution. So, let us discuss about the testing of a leaf for starch. First, pluck a leaf and boil in water. Okay. If we will boil the leaf in water, what will happen? The cells will be killed. Okay. Cells will be killed. Now next step. When the cells are killed, keep this leaf in a beaker containing methylated spirit. Okay. And then keep this beaker in a large beaker containing water. Now it became water bath. And heat it. What will happen? The chlorophyll which was present in the leaf will dissolve in the methylated spirit. Don't keep methylated spirit over the burner. It will catch fire. It is highly inflammable. So keep this in water and then boil it. What will happen? The green color of the leaf means chlorophyll will dissolve in the methylated spirit. Now the leaves will become brittle. When you will touch it, will break. So make it soft and again transfer this leaf in hot water. If you will transfer the leaf in hot water, the leaves will become soft. The leaf is colorless. Put this colorless leaf in a petri dish. Okay. And put iodine solution. Iodine solution. What you will see? You will see that it turned blue-black. What does it indicate? Turning of blue-black in color shows the presence of starch. This way, starch is tested. If we will put iodine solution, it will turn blue-black. Now, some experiments related to photosynthesis. First, chlorophyll is necessary for photosynthesis. To show that chlorophyll is necessary for photosynthesis, take variegated leaves. Variegated leaves knowing? Variegated leaves means certain leaves are there in which some part the chlorophyll is absent, means maybe yellowish in color. Money plant you must have seen. And there may be question. Give an example of variegated leaf. Coleus, geranium, croton. Coleus, geranium, croton are the example of variegated leaves. Variegated leaves means some places chlorophyll is not present. Okay, we have to consider variegated leaves. Take a potted plant having variegated leaves. First, de-starch it. De-starch means keep the plant in dark for 24 to 48 hours. The starch will be stored in the storage organ and the leaves will become free from the starch. That is de-starching. A plant having variegated leaves, first it is de-starched. Then kept in sun for 6 hours. When we will keep it in sun for 6 hours, the rate of photosynthesis, very fast photosynthesis will be there. And after 6 hours, pluck the leaf. And then do the starch test. Before doing the starch test, on a tissue paper, mark which part has got chlorophyll and which part is lacking chlorophyll, so that you can know. Now do the starch test. Same process. First boil in water to kill the cell. Then keep in methylated spirit and boil in a water bath. Then do the starch test. What you will see, the area which was yellowish will remain brownish in color or colorless, and the area which was green will turn blue-black. It means starch is present there. And how this starch came? By photosynthesis. Since chlorophyll was present in the green part, so photosynthesis occurred and starch was formed. So for photosynthesis, chlorophyll is necessary. Only in the presence of chlorophyll only starch will be formed. Next experiment. Light is necessary for photosynthesis. Same thing. Next experiment. Light is necessary for photosynthesis. Take a potted plant, de-starch it. Keep it in room for 24 to 48 hours. And after that, on one leaf, put black paper on the both sides or black tape and allow this potted plant in sunlight for 6 hours after de-starch. Sunlight will fall on other part except the area which was covered by black tape. Now after 6 hours, pluck this leaf and do the starch test. What you will find? That the area which was not covered by black tape will turn blue-black, and the area which was covered by black tape will remain brown in color. What does it indicate? That where light falls, there starch was formed, and this area starch was not formed. It means light is necessary for photosynthesis. So, dear children, today up to this much. In the next video, we will discuss the other experiments also. Experiment to prove that carbon dioxide is necessary for photosynthesis or oxygen is released during photosynthesis. Thank you very much.